Hi, today we're going to learn how to create a simple application using Xcode called Hello World. In the application we're going to build, there is going to be a single label which will contain some text we type. So the first thing to do is we're going to start up Xcode and a welcome window has appeared. It contains some useful information, but we're going to quit it for now and press File and New Project. And a new project window has appeared. From this window we select which application template we're going to use. There are a few templates in here and we're going to select a view-based application. Xcode is going to create a lot of files for us which will make our life a lot easier. And there are some categories which tell the Xcode which files it's going to create. And now we're going to press choose, and in here we're going to name our new project. I'm going to name mine Hello World and press save, and our workspace has appeared. It's grouped into three windows. The first one is the editor, in which we edit the code, and above is the file browser, in which we select the file we're going to edit, and groups and files. That's a pretty important window, so we're going to talk about this a little bit. It's grouped into 5 folders called classes, other sources, resources, frameworks, and products. The most important folder in here is classes, because it contains all the files that contain all the code we're going to write, so we're going to use this a lot. The next one is other resources. Well, other resources contain 2 files that initiate the application, and Xcode created everything perfectly for us, so we don't need to touch any of these. The next one is resources. Well, resources folder contains all the images, sounds, user interface files, and user settings that our application is going to use. The next one is frameworks. Well, just as the name says, the frameworks store the frameworks that our application is going to use. We can add new frameworks, remove existing frameworks, and so on. The products is also pretty simple. It contains our actual application that our iPhone is going to run. So, for now on, we're going to focus on the resources folder. Well, it contains 3 files. The first one, I'm going to expand this a little bit. The first of these is hello world info.plist. Well, the plist files is a list of user settings and preferences for our application. Well, we're not going to touch any of these, but I'm going to explain in later tutorials what all of these mean. The next one is main window and hello world zip files. Well, zip files are the user interface files which are edited in a separate program called Interface Builder, which we're going to use in a bit. Well, the first of these is main window zip. The main window initiates the actual user interface that the user is going to see on his or her iPhone. So when we start up an application, the main window zip starts up and the main window initiates other user interface files. So in our case, the main window is going to initiate the Hello World vController, which we're going to edit now. So we double click on Hello World vController.zip, and the interface builder has appeared. It contains 3 windows. The first one contains 3 strange icons, which are called Files Owner, File First Responder, and the View. Well, the simplest of these is the view icon, because it's just the view that the user is going to see when this user interface file is going to initiate. Well, we can quit it and double click it. So this is just the view that we're going to edit. The first responder and the files owner we're going to cover in the next tutorial because it's quite complicated and we're not going to use any of these in this tutorial, so you don't need to worry about this for now. And the library window stores every control, labels, buttons, controls, and views we're going to use in our application. So, for now on, we're going to select a label from the library and drag it to the view window and drop it in here. And we're going to expand this a bit and we're going to double click it and edit the text to hello world. And notice that we didn't write any single line of code to create our user interface and to display a single label. For now on, we're going to save our user interface file by pressing Command S or pressing File Save. And we're going to quit Interface Builder. And this is basically it to display our label in the application. Now what we're going to do is to ensure that in here is selected iPhone simulator. This list contains all the contains the version of the iPhone firmware that is going to this is going to be built in that our application is going to use. So we ensure that iPhone simulator is selected in here and we're going to press build and go. And iPhone simulator just started up and it displays our label that we edited in the zip file. So what we see here is that we didn't write any line of code to create a user interface file, and that's the very powerful attribute of the interface builder. So we're going to quit iPhone simulator, and that's basically it for writing a simple application like this. So thank you for watching, and I'm going to post next tutorials in a while, so keep tuned and goodbye.